All right, hey, it's Anthony Iannarino. This is Everyday, and it hasn't been every day for a long time, but we're back to Everyday. New location, I moved, I got a new home, and I lost my bookcases. So in my office right now, just a blank wall, not a great setting for video. So I'm down here in the basement. So you're looking at the bar and the pool table and a popcorn machine and a pizza oven and a bunch of stuff like that. It's what I got right now, so that's what we're using. All right, I want to talk about unscalable things. I want to talk about relationships because people don't believe that relationships can scale or that they should scale or that that's even what salespeople are supposed to do. Matt Dixon and Brent Adamson from CEB wrote a book called The Challenger Sale, and when they promoted that book, they wrote a post on Harvard Business Review that said, selling is not about relationships. And the point that they were trying to make, at least from my view, is that if you are a conflict-averse, customer service-like order taker, then you're not going to do well in sales. You have to bring more value than that. So here's the way that I would describe it. It's not so much about challenging people, it's about helping them get a new vision of their business. And if I were to give you the one change that's happened over the last, let's call it 20 to 30 years, we've gone from looking for dissatisfaction that already exists to creating it. That's a massive change. But right now we live in a weird time, and the truth of the matter is Silicon Valley and San Francisco and all the tech companies believe that you should be able to print money like Amazon, which means you should be able to acquire customers, sell to them, collect their money, but never have to deal with the messy part of dealing with them or talking to them or serving them or having conversations or any of the things that disappear when you have a purely transactional model. So right now, the reason that people think that these things are unscalable is because it's very difficult to scale a relationship over email because nobody wants you to be their pen pal. They're looking for somebody to help them get a better business result. So let me give you three variables, and these three variables are probably the most important thing for you to know right now if you want to succeed in B2B sales. If you're in a complex sale, these things really matter. So number one, trust. Trust is the foundation of every relationship. So let's start right there. If I don't trust you, if I don't believe you're telling me the truth, if you're not credible, if I can't rely on you, if you don't know me, then we're not going to have trust and I'm not going to do business with you. Okay, that's the foundation of a relationship, no matter what the relationship is. So even if you want to believe, well, relationships don't matter in sales, well, they sure as hell do, because trust is part of a relationship. It's the foundation, and without it, I'm not going to buy from you. Number two, known, liked, and trusted. Very, very important, but not a complete recipe. It's missing, do you create economic value for me? Can you help me have a better business? Can you help me with my challenges? Can you help me take advantage of these opportunities? If the answer is no, you don't have a great relationship. It's not going to be scalable for you because you're not giving me what I need. And so Matt and Brent and the Challenger Sale, what they're saying is right. If you can't create value, I don't need you. So that is a woefully neglected and misunderstood idea that you need to really get your head around. Pick up Eat Their Lunch. The first 3 chapters will straighten you out on value creation right there. Caring. If I don't believe that I'm important to you, I'm not going to do business with you. So if you don't care about me, if I don't feel like you care and that you're really going to try to give it your best effort to help me, then I'm going to find somebody else who will do that, because there's a lot of people that look and sound like you. All I have to do is wait 15 or 20 minutes and somebody's going to come along. Probably won't call me anymore unless you're watching this, and then you probably will call people because you're aware of outbound and how important it is. But most people won't. They'll send an email. But anytime somebody wants to find a new supplier, it's not hard to do. Okay, so let me give you the interactions and 3 more variables that you have to pay attention to. So we've got the foundation of a relationship. Now let's talk about how do we scale that up? What do we do so that we can maintain these relationships? The first variable is frequency. How often do you communicate? And if you want to feel really weird communicating with people, communicate with them a lot, sell them something, and then disappear for like 6 months, and then come back and say, it's time to renew your contract. And you'll be like, man, why is this so hard? It's so hard because you haven't communicated with them. You haven't talked to them. You didn't follow up. You didn't make sure that they were getting the value of what you sold. You didn't call for no reason except to check on them and make sure that they were okay. So you don't have a relationship. So frequency is a variable. The interaction of the relationship is a variable that's within your control. You can call or you can not call. It's totally up to you. It's within your power to do something about. The second thing is the value of the interaction. I'm just calling to check in, just calling to touch base, just wanted to see if anything was going on in your world. Terrible, terrible things to say to people. It is not valuable for them. So you need an agenda. Even if you're calling to say, listen, I have no business agenda. I just want to make sure that everything's going well in your world, and I wanted to just hear your voice and make sure that I'm on top of whatever you need me to be on top of, if there is anything at all. Other than that, how you doing? That's a fine agenda if that's the relationship you have with the client. Better, maybe something like this. Listen, I want to make sure that our scorecard here matches your scorecard, and I've got 2 other things that I think we should be working on in the next 2 quarters. I want to get together with you and share these. When can we get together? Better. That's an interaction where there's value to be offered here. That's something somebody can say yes to because you're trading enough value to get a meeting. That's really important. And the last thing is the medium. If you think that you have a great relationship because you email people, you're wrong. If you think that email is the primary medium because your client prefers email, you're still wrong. Even if they say, I don't really like to have a lot of meetings, or I don't like to talk to people on the phone, and you say, well, I really want to honor what they want, then you're still wrong. If you do not go face-to-face and have a presence, you're not choosing the best medium. If you're not video face-to-video face, you're not choosing the second best medium. If you're not on the telephone bothering people, then you're not having an interaction that counts for very much because you're transactional in the relationship. And relationships don't do well with transactional behaviors. Listen, every relationship has a cost. It costs you time, it costs you energy, you have to manage those relationships. But if I were to challenge you to say you're leaving your company today, you can take one thing with you. The one thing that you would say more than anything else has to come with you is your relationships. Because you know, if you take the relationships with you, you're okay. And without those relationships, you're dead. Okay, I'm Anthony Iannarino. Hit the like button, hit the share button, leave me a comment here about relationships and what you think about relationship selling. I think it's still critically important, and I think people that don't believe that are making an enormous mistake. In a world where everyone goes transactional, you should go super relational. Okay, see you back here soon, and again, leave me your comments, and I look forward to seeing you soon.